Hey everyone, and welcome back to Crushing on Candy. In our last video, we broke down Virginia's extension penalty for income taxes. Today, we're diving into another important penalty you need to know about, the late payment penalty. Understanding this can save you a lot of money and stress, so let's get right into it. So, what exactly is the late payment penalty? It's assessed when you file your Virginia tax return on time, or within the 6-month extension period, but you don't pay the full amount of tax you owe at the time you file. This is a key difference from the extension penalty, which is about when you file. The late payment penalty is all about when you pay. Let's talk numbers. The late payment penalty is calculated at a rate of 6% per month, or for any part of a month that your payment is late. This clock starts ticking from the day after the May 1st due date until the date you pay the tax in full. So, if you file your return before the May 1st due date, but don't pay until May 10th, you'll be charged a 6% late payment penalty for that part of that 1-month period. Now, this penalty does have a cap. The maximum late payment penalty you can be charged is 30% of the tax you owe. How do they get to that number? It's simple math. 6% per month for a maximum of 5 months equals that 30% cap. So, even if your payment is more than 5 months late, the late payment penalty won't exceed 30%. Here's where things can get a bit tricky and expensive. As we mentioned in our last video, it's possible to be hit with both the extension penalty and the late payment penalty. Let's imagine a scenario. You file your return close to the 6-month extension deadline, say on October 25th, but you don't pay the tax you owe until a month later. In this case, you would be assessed an extension penalty for filing late, and then a late payment penalty for paying late. To make it crystal clear, let's review the difference one more time. The extension penalty is assessed from the original due date, which is typically May 1st for Virginia, up to the date you file your return until it maxes out at 12%. The late payment penalty, on the other hand, is assessed from the time of filing until the date you finally pay the tax bill in full, or until the penalty maxes out at 30%. These two penalties are assessed for different reasons but can also be assessed at the same time and can stack up. This can potentially lead to a total penalty of up to 42%. If you submit a return with no payment at the end of the extension period, which, again, would be before November 1st, that's a huge chunk of change you definitely want to avoid having to pay. There is a bit of good news though. There's a specific situation where the late payment penalty won't apply. If you file your income tax return in good faith, and then an audit by the Virginia Department of Taxation finds that you owe an additional balance, that additional tax amount won't be subject to the late payment penalty. This is because you made an honest effort to file correctly and on time. The penalty is really aimed at those who know they owe tax but simply don't pay it before Virginia's May 1st due date. All of this information can be verified directly on the official Virginia Department of Taxation website, which is tax.virginia.gov. I always recommend going straight to the source for the most accurate and up-to-date details. It's a great resource for any questions you might have about Virginia taxes. So, what's next? In our upcoming video, we'll tackle the third major penalty you need to be aware of. The late file penalty. This one applies if you don't file your return within the 6-month extension period. It has its own set of rules and calculations, so you won't want to miss it. Before we wrap up, a quick but important disclaimer. This video is for informational purposes only and is not intended as legal or tax advice. Tax situations can be very complex and are unique to each individual. Please be sure to consult with a qualified tax professional or a CPA for guidance specific to your personal circumstances. They can provide the tailored advice you need to make the best decisions. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this breakdown of the late payment penalty was helpful. If you found this video useful, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video on the late file penalty. See you in the next one.